All right, stop the presses. Welcome back to Inappropriate Animations. Disney would not like this video. They'd get real pissed because it would not fly on the Disney Channel. All right, I ain't trying to do no improv song for this. It's too much work. Share my story! Sorry, I didn't need to shout it. We'll save the shouting for when something crazy actually happens. Share my story, the home of fun, happy animations like My Dad is a Real Cannibal, My Horrible Life. We looked at that one before. If you want to see that one, go check it out. Check out all my animation videos. Why haven't you yet? I lost my face! Does that sound edgy enough? This person lost their face too. I wear this shirt in solidarity for everyone out there who has lost their face. It's okay, you're still beautiful. Okay, this is pretty weird already. Okay, Scooby, I don't have much to say, but Robert better be telling the truth.
I'll say, I wasted my time with the last one.
Well, you know what, Scooby, I'll give you a Scooby snack this time.
Thanks, Robert.
All right, here we go.
Hey, I'm Anika, and until the age of 17, I had a perfectly normal life.
This person's face, you can tell, is messed up. They aren't showing us the whole thing, but I think she lost the face. Okay, no spoilers though. Let's keep watching.
I was pretty, good in school, and in a happy relationship with my boyfriend, Louis.
Louis?
Well, at least that's what I thought.
What? She lost her eyes too? She doesn't have eyeballs. That's more intense than I thought.
Because one night, everything changed. I was on my way back home from ballet practice when a guy ran up to me and threw a bucket full of liquid on my face.
Oh my gosh.
At first, I thought it was a prank, but then my face started to burn more and more until I blacked out. When I woke up again, everything was dark. I thought the lights were off, but something was different.
Oh my gosh! 35 seconds in! Yo, okay, I know a lot of you guys are gonna be like, hey, these stories are fake! You know these stories are fake, right, Robert? Wait till Robert finds out these stories are actually fake! Shut up! I have seen news stories about this happening to people. Someone having acid thrown on their face, and then they have horrible burns. Oh, it's horrible. Whether this story is real or not, I don't know. This has happened to people. All right. Let's keep it going.
My whole upper body was hurting, and when I touched my face, I couldn't feel my eyes or nose. My whole face felt like an old margarita pizza, and all I had left was my mouth to breathe through. I felt like I was trapped in a nightmare.
Wouldn't you have a bandage
light,
on your face?
No face. I wanted to cry, but I had no eyes, so instead I said, "Where am I? Where am I?" It was hard to speak without lips.
Oh my gosh! This is horrible! This is so dark! Can you imagine on Disney, one of the characters losing their face? Like one day, Goofy gets a chemical burn and his face is gone. See, there's a Disney exec watching this. He's like, ugh, I wish we could do that. I've wanted to throw acid at Donald Duck for years. Gotta work for Share My Story, homies.
Fortunately, my right ear still worked. So I heard my mom when she said, "You're alive. Oh, my love, what have they done to you?" She was crying and hugging me. After she calmed down, she told me that someone had thrown acid in my face, and it had burned away my eyes, my nose, and lips. So it wasn't a nightmare. My face was really gone. But why would anyone do this to me?
Psychopaths. It's that simple. Psychopaths. Oh man, I can't joke about the horrible person that it would take to do something like that, because this is real. This stuff has happened. It really doesn't get much more horrifying than this. So strap in, friends.
I'd always been a very friendly girl, and even when my classmates made fun of me, saying I wasn't smart, I never talked back. I just don't like conflict. But my anger quickly turned to shame when my boyfriend came to my hospital bed. Even though I couldn't see, I knew how ugly I must have looked to him. He asked me, "How are you?" But it didn't even sound like he was worried about me. I could even hear a bit of disgust in his voice.
Oh no! What's the boyfriend supposed to do though? So she's in a horrible situation, obviously. The boyfriend is in a very awkward situation because he's not trying to make out with a mushy margarita pizza, as she described it. A DiGiorno pizza. But he doesn't want to be a jerk. So what are you supposed to do? Here's what you do. This is where robots come into play. You get a robot version of yourself, record a bunch of things like, I love you, baby. You mean the world to me, even without your face. And then you just put the robot in your place. It doesn't need to be perfect because she doesn't know. She can't see you, so robot people is the answer.
It felt like he had only come to visit me because it was his duty as my boyfriend. Because after just a few minutes, he left again. I never felt so bad before, and this time, I was able to cry. I could feel that somewhere under my skin, tears were forming.
Oh my gosh, that is creepy.
The day the police came to visit me, they wanted me to describe what happened, and they asked if I had any enemies or if someone had threatened me. I told them I couldn't think of anyone. But 2 years earlier, one of my old classmates had threatened me saying, "Be careful or I'll throw acid on you."
What the heck? What a specific, horrible threat. See, people complaining about face masks need to watch this story. Face masks don't seem so bad now, do they? Huh? Doesn't seem so bad now, does it? People?
That girl had been jealous of me because I was in a relationship with Lewis. I knew that in my city of London, acid attacks were common within the Black and Muslim community. But I'm 100% white, and my parents are of Irish descent.
What the heck? What a weird thing to say. That's a very strange thing to say. What's your name, by the way? I forget your name.
I'm Anika.
Anika. Sorry, I forgot your name, Anika. I was so distracted by your beautiful face. No offense, that sounded really mean.
But I'm 100% white.
I thought that only black people threw acid in their faces. I'm white. Why would this happen to me?
Anika, it can happen to anyone. Your preconceived notions about what can happen to white people might be the exact reason why you fell for this.
Hey, Scooby, Robert's saying a lot of controversial things really quickly.
I know. You better watch out. People are gonna be in the comments.
Who cares what the comments say?
Mickey, you know he reads the comments.
I do read the comments.
The police found out what happened. They figured out that my old classmate who had threatened me 2 years before had an affair with my boyfriend Lewis behind my back. But because he didn't want to break up with me, she paid her cousin £200 to throw acid in my face. The police found the exact same acid that was thrown on me on her cousin's clothes. The police also took GPS data from his phone that showed he was very close to me on the night of the accident.
Send this dude to prison!
When the cousin was asked if he wanted to apologize to me, he started crying and said he was so sorry. But you could hear in his voice that he was only acting.
What? He's not sorry for destroying this person's face. What soulless creature is this? How much of a horrible person do you have to be to not feel bad? Well, first of all, to do it in the first place, but then to not feel bad when you see what happened. Oh my gosh. Okay, see, from now on, I'm getting someone to pick these edgy stories for me because this may be the edgiest one yet.
He came up with one excuse after the other for why he'd thrown acid on me. He even said his parents had never loved him, and he needed the £200 his cousin gave him to pay off his debts. Listening to his excuses disgusted me. And even the judge told him to shut up because no one wanted to hear his lies anymore.
Heck yeah.
In the end, both of them got 20-year prison sentences.
Justice.
20 years, that's what you get. Hear that, people? If you're ever thinking of doing something horrible like that, you're gonna get caught and you're gonna be in jail for a long time. That sounds horrible. That sounds absolutely horrible, but hey, they deserved it. And this does line up with what happened in real life. You know, whether this story is real or not, this does line up. The legal system is gonna take an acid attack very seriously. I believe the people always get caught and thrown in jail for a long time, thankfully.
But to be honest, I'm not sure if that's fair considering they've ruined my face for the rest of my life. And if they behave well in prison, they might get out much earlier.
No!
I recently visited my former classmate in prison, the one who had ordered the acid attack. Of course, it was weird meeting her. I had no eyes to look at her directly, so all we could do was talk. I asked why she had done it, and she explained that she had always envied my beauty. She said it broke her heart when me and Lewis became a couple.
Get over it. Do you know how many dudes and how many girls have to watch in school as more attractive people get in relationships just like that? Everyone has to deal with that. Unless you are the good-looking person in school. If you are, then congratulations, okay? Congratulations. But most of us, we are average. That is how the world works. Most things are average. That's why it's called average. That was me. And I was shorter than most dudes. And that's why I had to start being funny. because that's all we got. That's why all the good-looking people in school are the most boring people ever. Because they don't have to try. People like them anyways. Find me one football quarterback who is really funny and turned out to be a successful comedian. You're not gonna. It's only the school weirdos like me.
I asked her if she regretted what she had done, and she immediately said yes, because now she would have to spend the best years of her life inside prison.
That's why you're
That's when I
sorry?
realized
Because of
that
your own suffering?
She didn't apologize or anything. She only regretted being caught for her crime. I gotta be honest, I still sometimes get angry about what happened to me. It was such a senseless crime where everybody involved lost.
Yeah.
The hardest part is that I'll probably never find another boyfriend. After what happened to my face, my now ex-boyfriend Lewis cut off all contact with me. And I gotta admit that this hurt even more than the acid attack. But it won't stop me from living the good life.
Okay, no, but here's the thing. What's nice now, obviously I'm not saying any of this is a good thing, but if you become blind, you no longer care about other people's appearances. So you can find someone who has the best personality in the world, because it doesn't matter what they look like. Huh? Huh? If you're blind, why would you care about how hot your partner is, or anyone for that matter? I wish we could just act like that and like just care about people's personalities anyways, but you know, people, you know how it works.
My parents recently bought me a guide dog, and to be honest, I like him even more than I liked my ex-boyfriend. And even without a boyfriend, I can still get pregnant using a sperm donor and have my own kids.
Woo!
I just hope that in a few decades, technology will advance far enough that my doctors can fix my eyes and face again. But luckily, there are many jobs for blind people like me. Right now, I'm working as a call center agent during the day.
Oh, nice.
And I've also started practicing DJing as a new hobby.
Wow, DJ's a good job because you won't get a seizure from the lights. All right, party people, let me see your hands in the air. Actually, I can't see anything, so never mind.
I guess all of us face tragedies and evil in our lives. And even though it wasn't my fault that someone threw acid in my face, it would be my fault if I let it make me become bitter and resentful. That's why I'm not calling for retribution, but for more police and harsher punishments to prevent this senseless violence. Because right now, acid attacks here in the UK are on the rise, and some of the victims are less than 10 years old. Thank you for listening to my story, and let me know in the comments how you would deal with losing your face and becoming blind.
Oh my gosh, yeah, that one was intense. Oh my gosh. Yo, again, shout out to Share My Story. They did all the hard work. I'm just the dumb YouTuber reacting to it. So please check them out, okay? That was so intense. Oh my gosh, Nika, I'm sorry. That's so rough. I do regularly like to take a moment in my life to take a step back and just appreciate the fact that I have good eyesight, I can hear, and just my arms and legs work. If you have a normal functioning body, you are a lucky person and you have wonderful gifts, and you shouldn't take it for granted. Something like this could happen at any moment, and that doesn't mean to be afraid of it, but just appreciate what you have. You feel me? And to celebrate, I'm going to use all of my working fingers to make Reginald the crocodile.
Hey, Robert, why did you make me? What are you doing? You should move on to the next video.
Well, Reginald, I thought you'd enjoy some screen time, buddy.
No, I want to go back in the swamp, which is where your videos belong.
Oh my gosh, Reginald, you're a jerk.
What are you gonna do about it?
Oh, I'll show you what I'm gonna do about it, Reginald. Dumbest bit I've ever done? Maybe. My psycho brother ate my dog. Wait, that's not funny. Oh, it's horrible, it's horrible. We're checking this one out next. I heard this one's pretty wild. Let's do it.
Hey, my name is Delara, and I want to tell you how I got rid of my psychopath brother. He tyrannized my family for years, but now he's gone. And yes, I confess, I did it. I made him disappear. Since I can remember, I lived in constant fear of death. When my brother and I played together,
Sounds horrible.
he would always put plastic bags over my teddy bear, as if he was suffocating it.
What?
And then he would point at me and laugh like I would be next.
What?
My parents knew he was an evil monster, which is why they never left me alone with him.
What the heck? Yo, I think your mom may have been cheating on you with Satan. This is why her smile looks genuine and this dude looks terrified because she knows, yeah, it's because I had a thing with Satan back in the day. And that's why he has her hair and not his. Also, One Punch Man, very cool, great show.
He loved drawing himself eating and crucifying other people. To
Oh
make
my
things
gosh!
worse, most of the time, I was the victim. So of course I was scared. I knew my brother wanted to turn his fantasies into reality. But luckily,
my dad is Iron Man. That's a detail you left out, I guess.
I had my parents and my dog Tobias protecting me. My brother had tried several times to break into my room at night, but Tobias always slept next to me. He was a very big dog. Unfortunately, that didn't save him from my brother. One day,
Oh my
brother-
gosh, you guys. You know the title of this video, right? Child Services. You can send this person to juvenile detention. Any parents watching, if your child is this much of a psychopath, you can get rid of them. It looks like that's what she eventually did.
Scooby, you might not want to watch this one.
Oh, sorry, Mickey. I was just eating a Scooby snack. Why shouldn't I watch this one?
Look at the title.
One day, my brother ran after me, and I started screaming for help. Tobias immediately came to my
Get him,
rescue
Tobias.
and jumped onto my brother, threw him down and snarled at him. But psychopaths like my brother are incapable of feeling fear. That's why he just grinned back at Tobias and said, "You will regret this badly." I knew it was my responsibility to protect Tobias from my brother, but I failed. My brother must have lured him outside and then Tobias was gone. I told my parents that my brother got rid of Tobias, but they didn't quite believe me.
Why would they not believe her? They know he's the spawn of Satan. I've had some people tell me, hey, Robert, you compare a lot of characters to Satan. What the heck is up with that? You cannot tell me this dude is not related to Satan. You can't tell me that. I did it. This video, there's no clickbait here. Can you imagine working for the Disney Channel? And it's like,
Curtis, did you come up with the new story ideas?
hey, boss, yeah, I think I came up with some good ideas. Check out this story I came up with.
Curtis, you're fired!
They're getting fired, fam. They're getting fired.
They said maybe Tobias just ran away. But the next day, when my parents and I came back from grocery shopping, my brother was in the kitchen cooking. He had never cooked before, and for some reason, he was staring at me with his usual evil grin. Then he pulled out a big haunch and bit into it, while staring at me. The haunch was weirdly big. It took me a few seconds to realize that he was eating the leg of Tobias.
Oh my
In that
gosh!
moment, something switched inside me. I knew only one of us would survive. I was ready to die. I first told my parents what was going on, but when they took a closer look at the haunch, they said it wasn't Tobias. But I knew they were lying to make me feel comfortable. Because a few minutes later, my brother told me what he had done to Tobias, how he had cooked him, and that he tasted like high-quality beef. Tobias wasn't just a dog for me. He was my best friend. And no one eats my best friend without equal retribution.
Oh, eat him! Eat him! Yo, jeez. Remember the whole acid attack thing? I ain't saying that someone should get acid attacked, but
My parents were scared of my brother, but I wasn't anymore. I knew if I didn't take action, I would end up like Tobias. To protect myself, my dad gave me pepper spray and told me to use it against my brother if he threatened me.
and it works great as seasoning when you eat him.
He said the pepper spray was strong enough to keep off bears, so it would easily knock out my brother. But I had no interest in defending myself. I didn't want to live in fear anymore. So the next morning, I opened my brother's door and threw a heavy book at him and screamed, "You murderer!" He immediately got up and ran after me.
The chase is on!
I ran out of our house, directly into the forest.
Here's what you do. You don't take the pepper spray and spray him with that. You spray him with pepper and you lead him out into the forest, then you throw honey on him and then let the bears eat him. Then it's not even your fault. You don't even go to jail. For legal purposes, that's a joke. Disclaimer, RobertIDK does not condone killing people. Thank you. Take nothing seriously.
But I had two advantages. I was 2 years older than him, And I had shoes on, while he didn't.
Ha!
I was faster than him, but kept him close enough that he thought he could catch me. 1 mile, 2 miles, 3 miles.
Oh my
I
gosh.
had never run like this before. It was a beautiful and intense experience. At one point, I stopped and gasped for air. My brother was right there, 5 meters away. I could see in his face.
Yo, is it just me, or does this look like a villain from Beyblade or something? I've been thinking about this the whole time. For some reason, I just picture this dude in the new season of Beyblade, letting her rip and winning the new Beyblade tournament.
For this moment all his life. But so did I.
Oh my
I pulled my
gosh.
dad's pepper spray out, ready to use it against my brother, and end this once and for all. My brother started running away from me, but I was faster than him, and about to catch up
No!
when I fell and he escaped. Now I was truly petrified. I wasn't sure what my brother would do next.
Oh
So
no!
I ran to my parents and told them about my brother and how he had run after me in the forest.
Oh, what a horrible time this. I'd like to take a moment, all of us, I'd like to take a moment to meditate and be thankful we do not have a brother that eats dogs. Let's meditate on that for a second. No dog gets killed by your brother. Whew, I feel better now.
I spent hours every night thinking how I could get rid of him. And then I had an idea.
Sign him up for the Beyblade tournament!
What if I placed a knife into his backpack and called the police to tell them he was planning to attack someone? But I knew he would accuse me of setting him up. So I also put a few of his drawings into his backpack.
Ooh, those
Then,
are legit.
during school, I called the police and told them my brother had told me he wanted to go psycho on his classmates. The police immediately arrived and took him into custody. And guess what? Now he is in a youth detention facility and he will stay there for many years. And I'm scared that he will break out of there and come to get me.
Oh my
Because
gosh,
he has repeatedly
move.
sworn to take revenge on me. Because he knows that I had set him up. That's why I'm practicing sprinting and fighting every day. I always carry some weapon with me, just in case. It's scary, but I know how to defend myself, and once I'm older, I'll just move far away. Somewhere where my brother will never find me.
Oh my gosh.
And if he does find me, I'll be prepared.
Once I get enough experience points, my health bar will be like way bigger than my brother's. So what can he do?
Though I will say, if your brother's looking like this when he comes out, you might not have the best shot.
I sometimes hope he will break out and fight me. Then I could finally end this, once and for all.
Wow. These ones are ending very dramatically. Okay, so part of me is horrified because these stories are completely awful, but part of me is really happy because at least this time we actually got some super edgy stories.
Hey, Scooby, you can open your eyes again.
Okay, Mickey, what happened in that one?
The title was clickbait. None of that actually happened.
Oh, so the dog didn't die?
No, Scooby, the dog didn't die a horrible death.
Thank you for being honest with me, Mickey.
All right, I'm gonna go bathe myself in holy water. Check out some more animations over here, okay? Here's the whole playlist of my animated story reactions. Or if you aren't feeling it, then just check this one out, okay? I hope you enjoyed this psychotic journey of psychopaths. Love you guys. Thank you so much for watching, and have a good one.